How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Max, and today we're going to be going over a recent statement that was just issued by Coiro, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly, but she just responded to some of the CGI criticism that's been going around for the new She-Hulk show, and it's a bad take. I'm sorry, it's a bad take, and it's a bad look, unfortunately, because we've seen so many people, whether it's the actress herself, the lead actress in the show, or even the writer coming out and saying how these CGI effects artists have been worked to death, how their deadlines have been crunched, how their pay has been held back, the purse is being tightened, metaphorically, and what's happening is we're seeing the decline of that CGI. And we saw it even in the Thor film, in Thor Love and Thunder. There were some iffy CGI moments there too, but instead of responding to this criticism in the way that the lead actress has, or the writer has, the director came out and said this: "You know, in terms of the CGI being critiqued, I do think that has to do with our culture's belief in their ownership of women's bodies. I think a lot of the critique comes from feeling like they're able to tear apart the CGI woman. There's a lot to talk about her body type, and, you know, we based her a lot on Olympian athletes and not bodybuilders. But I think if we'd gone the other way, we would be facing the same critique. I think it's very hard to win when you make women's bodies." So here we go again. This is the classic gaslighting and strawmanning argument that we see from Disney, Marvel, and Disney Star Wars and all these different properties, that if you don't agree with the current ideology or current politics or whatever is being portrayed throughout the show, that your critique doesn't matter, that it's not legitimate, that my critique of the CGI, I think it looks very poor, I think it looks very cheap, but my criticism isn't legitimate anymore due to me being what the director is thinking here, someone who is within this culture's belief of our ownership of women's bodies, which is just, to me, that sounds insane. I'm sorry, but that is just, like I said earlier, a bad take. I've never once heard anyone who has criticized the bad CGI notoriously. Let's think about Blade, 1998's Wesley Snipes' Blade, where the CGI is notoriously poor because it's of that time, it's of that era. And everyone knocks that CGI, everyone gives it a bad rap, and that's fine because that's their critique. But the second that it's a woman being critiqued, now it's toxic masculinity? I don't understand this take. I think it's very poor, and I think it gives a bad look towards the director and towards the show, when in all actuality, a lot of my friends who are male want to watch this show. This show is not for me. For some of my male friends, they do want to watch it because they're fans of She-Hulk. I see a lot of feminist insertion propaganda into this, and for me, I'm out. So because of that, I'm not watching it, but a lot of my friends, like I said, are interested, but this take right here is going to divide them too. So the fans that they actually had goodwill with, the fans that they actually did have encouraged to watch the show, this director is now pushing them away. So the goodwill that they did have is just continuing to divide fans, to separate fans from the material, to where they listen to this and they read this and they go, "God damn it, come on, man." You know what I mean? Like, you had me in the show. I was interested in the show, and then you got to put something out like this. And I'm sure there is frustration from fans across the board that read this, and I'm sure even female fans that are reading this are going, "What? No, not once have I ever felt like men control my CGI body." That is so, it's such an odd, like, it's almost as if she's trying to just look for something, like just pull something out of the air to try to make this about a feminist agenda or a women's rights activism type show or whatnot. And I just think that's a bad take. To respond correctly to this, I think you see the criticism and you respond to it with kindness, with thankfulness, and you go, listen, we it's kind of like the Sonic thing when Sonic had his film and people ripped that CGI to shreds, and the director said, you know what, that's on me, that you guys are right, we are going to move the release date and we're going to work on the CGI so that you guys get a better product, you the fans get a better product. And look what it did so much better than if they would have released it and given the big bird to the fans and flipped off the fans and said, nope, we're not going to do it because you guys are toxic, because you want to control Sonic's CGI body. Like, that's just unreal. So I wanted to share this quote because I don't agree with it whatsoever. I think it's a bad take. I think there were thousands of other responses she could have given in contrast to what this is. And the other thing about it too is that she said they based her look off of an Olympian athlete, and those women are gorgeous. Like, their body types are strong and they are fit and healthy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I don't think the critiques have been about her body type either. Her body type is very reminiscent of the 80s and 90s She-Hulk that most people have seen and most people love, and I think they did a great job of the actual body type. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, actually. That's one of my positive things, I would say. But the negatives is how it was portrayed with the CGI. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I would really love to hear what y'all think about this quote, because it's just the same shit over and over and over again. The classic gaslighting and straw manning of arguments. Whenever you receive criticism, you have to put it back on the fans, or toxic masculinity, or toxic fandom, and you always have to say, well, it's not our fault, it's because you accept, or you have cultural worldviews, or you don't have cultural acceptance of a female's CGI body, which, like I said, is just, I don't understand it. So, but yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you guys looking forward to the She-Hulk show? I guess we'll find out soon. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.